back, everyone, to SecurityCompliance.io's CMMC Assessment Guidance series, powered by Intersec Inc. In this video, we will continue to discuss the CMMC domains and their individual practices, as well as break down information for each of them to better your understanding of the requirements to ease your journey towards CMMC certification. If you are preparing for CMMC certification and would like to learn how C3PAOs will assess your CMMC Level 1 compliance and how to easily achieve it, this video is for you. We will be continuing our discussion today in the physical protection domain. As a reminder, the physical protection domain has 4 total practices, with today's focus being on the third practice, PE.1.133, which is about maintaining audit logs of physical access. Let us start the discussion by focusing on the source point of view, which is NIST 800-171. Organizations can employ different types of audit logs. They could be procedural, they could be automated, or they could be a combination of both or something else. Physical access points can include facility access points, interior access points to systems, or system components requiring supplemental access, or both. Just know that implementing audit logs is a flexible process. Your organization can implement any type as long as they are doing so. Switching gears to the CMMC side of things, make sure to keep a record or log of who has accessed your facility, whether it's an employee or a visitor. This can be done in writing or electronically, but it must be done over a defined period of time. You can't keep one day and then not keep it the next. Make sure to be consistent and make sure that they're extensive enough to be considered an audit log. Having discussed the definitions, let's go over an example to see it in action and understand it further. You and your coworkers like to have friends and family join you for lunch at the office on Fridays. Your small company has just signed a contract with the DoD. However, you need to document who enters and leaves your facility. You work with the reception staff to ensure that all non-employees sign in at the reception area and sign out when they leave. You retain those paper sign-in sheets in a locked filing cabinet for up to 1 year. Employees receive badges or key cards that enable tracking and logging access to company facilities. But what does this mean in terms of your company? Thankfully, the implementation process for this practice is quite straightforward. Keep an audit log. It can be either paper or electronic, but you must have an audit log to achieve this practice. Make sure these logs are consistent and that prior ones are stored in a secure area or backed up appropriately if it's electronically. Audit logs apply to both employees and visitors alike. Just sum it up to anyone entering or leaving the space. Make sure that you do this. Let's take a second and see where you stand with understanding this practice. Here's a little knowledge check. Which one of these is an appropriate implementation of an audit log? Is it A, having a sign-in and sign-out process for anyone who visits your organization or facility? B, using key cards with logs to access the organization/facility? C, using a sign-in for visitors with visitor badges and ID badges for employees for access to the organization/facility, or D, all of the above? Hopefully you selected D. That's the correct answer. Let's move forward. PE.1.133 only has one assessment objective, and that is that audit logs of physical access are maintained. The assessment objects, as discussed previously, are same across the board for all practices. If you'd like to take a second to pause to take a look, feel free. We're going to go ahead and move on. When it finally comes time to being assessed by a C3PAO, this page here is going to be vital in understanding what they might be looking for when it comes time to assessment. In the examine method, they might look at your physical and environmental protection policy, procedures addressing physical access control, physical access control logs or records, or even system entry and exit points. For interview, they might interview personnel with physical access control responsibilities or personnel with information security responsibilities. And they finally might inspect organizational processes for physical access control or physical access control devices. Keep in mind though, this is not an exhaustive list. They might look at whatever is included here or more. Make sure you are ready when it comes time for assessment. Here are some references listed on the screen of existing security standards that can be mapped to PE.1.133. These can be served as a mapping mechanism to see how your existing standards match up to CMMC. Feel free to use them. That's it for today's discussion on physical protection. Thanks for sticking till the end. If you would like to continue to learn more about CMMC, check out some of the resources we've listed on the screen and in the description below. Intersec Inc. personally continues to work on educational content on other platforms as well, beyond these videos, as our blogs are an example, which you can find at intersecinc.com/blog. Another way that you can keep up to date with CMMC, its relevant updates and changes, is to join our mailing list, which you can join at intersecinc.com/contact us. The biggest thing that is being referenced throughout all of these videos is the need to take action. If you look at the implementation slide or the knowledge check, you can see a little bit of a glimpse of where you might stand in this process. But to take that action, we highly encourage you to check out our self-assessment platform, www.securitycompliance.io. There, you can take a free CMMC Level 1 self-assessment, which gives you an actual gap analysis report upon finishing it. So I highly encourage you to check it out and learn more about achieving that CMMC process and certification. As always, if you like this video, please make sure to drop a like in the video itself and subscribe for more of our content. Turn on post notifications so you can see the next time we post. Seriously appreciate you watching this. Continue watching to learn more. See you guys next time.